Hey, I don't know if I don't I don't know if this is working at all. I don't know if you can hear me. Will you log into YouTube and see if I'm being heard? Um I just decided to experiment. I didn't upload a video today because I uploaded two yesterday and I have been busy today and I've never done a live before. So, is it working? So here we are. Um there's probably nobody here because I didn't announce this. So I doubt anybody will even show up. But just in case you happen to wander in, um, I just thought I'd give this a whirl. So if you come in later and see this, I don't know if they store these so you can watch them later or not. But here we are. I'm waiting because I hear an echo. I think you're 10 seconds behind me. I'll try and play around with this and tweak it because I plan to do live streams in the future. Um, the only thing that's really on my mind is that I had my heart broken yesterday afternoon because those of you that are keeping up with the news, at least in America, I guess you know that I was counting on a government shutdown, which did not happen. At the 11th hour or whatever, the eggheads in Congress all got together and they passed some continuing resolution to avert the shutdown. I think it's for like 45 days or something like that. And McCarthy rammed it through. And of course, the Captain Clueless in the Oval Office, he signed it. So the shutdown was averted, and we're back in business for 45 more days, which really kind of sucks. I was really praying for a shutdown. That was going to be my early Christmas present. If you guys that happen to watch this, if you see this later, I guess it'll be up on YouTube later. I don't know. But if you happen to see this, and if you haven't, for some reason, seen the video that I posted yesterday in character, where I was reading a little poem that I rewrote based on "Twas the Night Before Christmas," go back and watch that. I think it's a hoot. You might get a chuckle out of it. I'm assuming most of you have seen it, but if you have, make sure you share that. I was thinking, man, if one should go viral, maybe this is it. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny, actually. And I plan to do more of those in the future. We shall see if I can come up with the material. I have to write them, and then I have to get in character. I did that to in a little outfit where I was bundled up and I had on clothes, of course, and then I had on my cotton bathrobe. I guess it's cotton. And then I had a muffler around my neck and a toboggan on my head. And I was inside the camper where I usually film. And it was stifling in there. I don't know how I did that without pouring buckets of sweat. And I did 4 takes of that. And because I kept screwing up. One of these days, I'm going to save all these blooper clips and I'm going to put up a video just of bloopers, which should be hysterical, I'm thinking. But on the fourth clip, it wasn't perfect either. But by the fourth clip, I couldn't breathe anymore. I was stifling in the camper. And because it's still fairly warm here in Alabama. And I just said, well, this is going to have to do because I can't do this anymore. But it's starting to cool off here in Alabama. Thank the Lord, we're getting into my favorite time of year. Um, Let me see if I can get a little friend of mine to come on camera for just a minute. Hey, you, come here. Bear with me just a minute. Let me set you down. Kiki, come here. That's right. I reach for you and she recoils. Come here. Come here, you lazy outfit. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. There you go. Come here. There she is. There's my girl. There's my girl. Say hey to everybody. You gonna say hey to everybody? Hello, everybody. You want to try and type something? You think you can? You can't do that, can you? No, you can't. You just got paws. There's my little girl. There she is. Are you a good girl? You want me to scratch your belly? You scratch your belly? There she is. She don't like it. She does not like for me to hold her. She wants out of this so bad. She just, okay, I'm going to put you down. Good grief. Do you ever think you'd meet an animal that doesn't want you to pet them? I mean, what do you call creatures like Kiki? You call them pets. So you would think that based on the term pet, you'd be able to pet them, but not her. Now she'll sprawl in the floor and turn over so she can encourage you to scratch her belly. She likes her belly scratched, but she likes it scratched on her terms, on her turf. You know, she don't want you to pick her up. Or at least she don't want me to pick her up. So what can I say? She's a cat. Cats have minds of their own. So anyway, anybody else here? I don't think anybody's here. I think I'm talking to myself. Marina's here. Marina, if anybody causes trouble, you deal with them. But I think it would just be yourself dealing with you. What else is going on? What else is going on? Nice weather today. It's nice and balmy. I'd say it's probably about 80 degrees. I'm talking about the weather. My Georgia Bulldogs won yesterday. They beat Auburn 27-20, but it was not easy. They risked getting beat, but they pulled it out. The Atlanta Braves, right here, they've wrapped up home field advantage for the duration of the playoffs. If they make it to the World Series, they've got home field advantage, so that's good. This would probably be a good time for me to let all of you know. Those of you that are aware of the website called and the YouTube channel called the Duran, it's a wonderful channel I highly recommend, and a wonderful website that I highly recommend. I use it a lot when I go mining for gold, you know, finding out what's happening in the news. It's a great resource. The Duran has a wonderful channel. It's hosted by Alex Christoforou, Alex Christoforou, and Alexander Mercouris, I believe his name is. I'm probably butchering that. Alex Christoforou has his own personal channel, which is also great. I watch his all the time. But together they have the Duran channel on YouTube. It's wonderful, and they very often will do live streams on the Duran. Well, this coming Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, that's Alabama time where I am, this coming Tuesday, I think it's October the 3rd. Today is the 1st. Yeah, so it'd be October the 3rd at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Guess who the guest is going to be? Yours truly. Trailer Trash Tim is going to be the guest on the Duran channel. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be live streaming, and we'll see what happens. I don't know what they have planned for me. I don't know what kind of interrogation or grilling I'm going to get, but it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and all of you are certainly invited to tune in. Maybe we could get some of the posse from the Trailer Trash channel, Trailer Trash Tim channel, to go over there and join the crowd. So that should be fun. All right, we are 9 minutes in and no one has shown up except for Marina. Well, that's okay. That's all right. This video will be up for posterity. I mean, I didn't tell anybody I was doing this, so nobody would know to tune in. But when you see this, I guess it'll be up under the live tab. And when you see this, let me know what you think. We might do live videos maybe, I don't know, once a week or something like that, where we just freestyle and talk about the weather and sports and politics and cooking and hairstyles. I'm very interested in that. Fashion, travel. I'll tell you a funny story. I don't know if this will come up Tuesday on the Duran or not, but some of you have not heard this story. When I started my channel, it was really for personal reasons, those being, some of you know, of course, I have 3 trailers, right? I live in a mobile home. I'm sitting on the deck of said mobile home right now, and I have a cargo trailer that I work out of. It carries all my inventory, and I go to stores and I sell my products into my stores. And then trailer number 3 is my little Jayco camper, my little RV that I pull with my truck. And I've got a trip scheduled actually in 2 weeks. I'm going to the Cathedral Cavern State Park here in Alabama. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, we have. I was building the channel. Oh, good. Hey, John, welcome. I don't know where I think I know where he is. I'll talk more about that in a minute. I was getting to that actually, but I was I started my channel just because um, I was going to basically document my travels in my RV, right? And so the YouTube channel was basically just going to be a kind of like a video journal of me documenting my travels, which I would share with, friends or family, whoever might be interested. And that was the whole point of it. I didn't really have any grand plans for it, but one day, let me say hey to John. One day, I was sitting on this deck. This was a couple of months ago, and I had been following the saga of Gonzalo Lira and intensely. And I'd been watching channels such as the Duran and keeping up with what was happening with Gonzalo. And it was really bothering me. I was really concerned about this because Gonzalo is a man who he has citizenship both in the United States and in Chile, and he was living in Ukraine. And he had his own YouTube channel, and that's where I first heard about him. His channel just showed up randomly in my feed, and I started watching him do his diatribes on the Ukraine war, and he was, of course, more sympathetic to Russia in this war, as am I. And he was making a lot of sense, and he was saying the things that I already believed. But then, of course, he was arrested and thrown in prison there in Ukraine. He was living in Kharkov, and so he just basically disappeared. So I did a video on Gonzalo, and I gave my thoughts about the whole situation and how unjust he has been treated, unfairly he has been treated, and how he has absolutely been ignored by his own government for obvious reasons. He was not keeping with the prevailing narrative, and so that's why he wasn't getting any help from Victoria Nuland or Joe Biden or anybody else. So he was just rotting away in prison. Well, he got out eventually, of course, and he tried to escape to Hungary, but he was captured again, and now he's back in prison again. And I believe his trial is this month. But anyway, I made that video on Gonzalo, and the thing absolutely took off. It exploded, and all of a sudden, I went from maybe 15 subscribers to over 2,000 subscribers. Well, it actually wasn't 2,000. It hit over 1,000, and then from there it just kept growing to where it is now. I think it's around 2,300, something like that. And I was getting thousands and thousands of views, and I said, "Wow, this turned into something I didn't expect." but I couldn't make the channel just about Gonzalo because there's not that much information. I've done some more Gonzalo Lira videos, and every time I do them, they are by far my most watched videos. But this is not a Gonzalo Lira channel per se, although if there are newsworthy things that pop up that concern him, I'll certainly pass it along. But I have a real keen interest in politics, American politics, and our neocon approach to globalism, the United States ever expanding its global footprint around the world unconstitutionally. We're ruled by neocons. We have a uniparty in America, and so that's what I just started talking about. Now, every time I did one of my regular videos, I didn't get near the amount of views, of course, and I understand that because my channel is still very young. It's still in its infancy, and it hasn't been picked up to be seen by a large number of people. But every time I do a Gonzalo video, then that gets obviously more views, and that's fine. But I'm not going to build my channel on Gonzalo Lira's back. I don't think that would be right, for one thing, and I don't think it makes any sense. Besides that, so I just basically have made my channel about culture and politics and current events. That's kind of my groove, and so that's where I am, and that's what I do. And I threw in a little comedy yesterday, and there's probably more of that to come. But that's what I've been doing. And so, good morning, good afternoon, Michael. Good to see you, my friend. Can I be heard? Am I being? Oh, of course I'm being heard. Let me type to Michael real quick. So anyway, the channel is basically not what it was supposed to be, but that's okay. It's basically politics and current events, and just things that are in the news. So I try and post a video once a day, and it has absolutely turned into a part-time job. I'm telling you, I might be on screen for 20 or 30 minutes, but I do so much research and so much reading just to prepare to do a show. I'm not complaining, mind you. It's a labor of love. I enjoy it very much so, but you all probably know I still have a full-time job. So I do the best I can. But anyway, for John and Michael and anybody else to see this, I just announced a few minutes ago that you may be aware of the Duran channel with Alex Christoforou and Alexander Mercouris, I believe his name is. I'll be appearing on the Duran this Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be their guest. How about that? Big time, right? So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys can join us for that. But anyway, that's kind of where the channel came from. That's where we are, and now we're just going to make a go for it and see where this thing takes us. Right? I'm having fun with it, and I'm glad for everybody that has subscribed. I'm glad to have everybody who watches, and we'll just see where this thing takes us. I'm excited about the future, and we'll see what happens. So that's the story. That's the story. That's where it came from. That's where it is. That's where it's going. All right. Well, I just wanted to try the live stream, and thank you, YT Rose. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in there. We've got guests here. Yeah, thank you for joining us. I didn't announce this. This was spur of the moment. I just said, as I said a few minutes ago, I didn't post a video today. I posted 2 yesterday, and I was kind of tapped out. And I've been working today anyway, so I've been really busy. But I decided when I finally got home and had a late breakfast, like 1 p.m. breakfast, I said, I'm going to, you see who else here? I said, I'm going to have breakfast at 1 p.m. and then I will try this live stream and see how it goes. I've never done it before, so I'm learning as I go, folks. So if it's flawed, it's I'm learning. Yeah, you can blame me. It's all on me. I got I was working and I came home. I hadn't eaten all day, so I made some. You guys have got to check out Sam's Butcher Shop. I am not lying to you. It is absolutely the best meat you've ever had, and especially the boneless ribs. My lord, they'll make you cry. They're so good. And Sam's a good guy. He'll fix you up. He FedExes this stuff out, and it comes in these styrofoam coolers with dry ice. It's cold when you get it. It is delicious. My favorite is the boneless ribs. But Sam is a great guy. He's in a place called Moscow, Pennsylvania. He's a good guy. We email each other a lot. And he sent me some, what is it called? Kielbasa bacon. And I had like 5 slices of that this morning and a pan full of eggs. I ate like 4 eggs. That's probably all I'll eat today. Because if you don't know already, I follow the carnivore diet. I'm over 62 pounds down now. All I eat is meat, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's really all I eat. I eat meat. I eat. Hey, how are you, everybody? I see you. I see you. Hello, Benita. Hello, Keith. Good to see you, my friend. I didn't think anybody would show up. I didn't announce it because I didn't know I was doing it. I just said, "What the heck? Let's try it and see what happens." This is in lieu of a regular video today because I didn't have time to make one, but I made 2. How many of you guys saw my video yesterday about 'Twas the Night Before Shutdown? Wave at me if you saw. I can't. Don't wave. I can't see you. That's one I hope everybody will get to see. I had a kick out of making that. I was telling everybody earlier. You may not have heard it. I shot that video out in my camper yesterday, and it wasn't in the 90s, but it was stuffy in the camper. And I went in there and I had written all this out, and I was given the impression that it was cold, and I was bundled up in clothes, and I had on my robe, my bathrobe, and I had a muffler and a toboggan, and it was hot in that camper, and it took 4 full takes before I got the video that was acceptable, that wasn't so full of errors and goofs and bloopers. And the one I finally put up is not perfect, but I was dying of heat, and I finally just said, "That's it. This is the one that's going to have to do." So I had fun making it, and I've got another one. I was thinking if I can come up with the material, I may do that once a week. Story time with Trailer Trash Tim, something like that. So we shall see. We shall see. Thank you. Thank you for the applause. Please hold the applause until the live stream is fully over. Hey, what are you guys watching? Did you hear what I said about the Duran? I said that twice, didn't I? I'll be on the Duran live Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Go to YouTube, and it's the Duran channel, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time in the States. That covers Alabama, where I am. I think Benita's here. I think she's in the Central Time Zone. So I hope I'm looking forward to it. I just hope I don't make a complete blithering idiot out of myself. So we shall see. But those are great guys. Alexander Christoforou is in Cyprus. Although yesterday I think he was in Hungary when he did his show. But he's generally in Cyprus, I think in Nicosia. And Alexander Mercouris is in the UK, I believe. Good guys. I like to watch their show. They recently had Congressman Ron Paul, who's one of my favorites. He was on their show. So they're going from Ron Paul as a guest to Trailer Trash Tim. Go figure. That's probably quite a downgrade for them, I'm thinking. Everybody's going to be saying, who? Everybody knows who Ron Paul is. They're going to say, our guest today is Trailer Trash Tim. Everybody on the internet is going, but what? What are you doing to your channel? They'll probably lose subscribers left and right. We're out of here. We shall see. John says, study up on domestic culture. I got you, John. I can at least study up on American domestic culture. It's in the toilet. Is that enough? It's in the toilet. Our culture has gone to pot. I mean, it has gone to pot. I'll share something with you guys if I can find it. let me see if I can find something real quick for you. I saw this a while ago, actually on Facebook, where I never am. By the way, you guys need to get on X or Twitter. I'm active on X. I post there a lot. I like it better than Facebook. They're not so heavy-handed on Twitter. It's not perfect, but I think it's better than what do you call it? Facebook. Facebook, I'm tired of. Let me throw something at you from left field, okay? I don't mean to get preachy with anybody. I'm not trying to throw religion in your face, but I've got a friend who posted this on social media. She's a friend of mine. Her name is Ginger. Oh, that's okay. This is actually a verse from the Bible, and it ties in with illegal immigration. This is from the book of Deuteronomy, okay? Listen at this Bible verse. This is from the Old Testament, but listen to what it says. The book of Deuteronomy, quote, foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. In the end, they will be your rulers. That's in the Bible. How about that? Now, you can take it or leave it, but as we say in the South, that's what my Bible says. The bottom line is, I talk about this a lot on the channel. We are just being inundated on our southern borders from, oh, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that, my friend. That's very kind of you to say. We're being inundated on our southern border with illegal aliens. I talk about that a lot, as you know, but it's a big issue. And it is by design. I'm convinced of that. Joe Biden knows exactly what's going on. This is by design because these people mean votes for the Democrats. But this Bible verse I read just explains it succinctly and accurately. If you let them in, eventually they're going to take over. You know, everybody's got their nation, everybody's got their culture, and these things need to be preserved. I don't care where you are. You might be in Serbia, you might be in France, you might be in Sweden, you might be in Japan, but you've got your own distinct culture, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this idea of a melting pot in America this experiment has failed, obviously, because we have people decades ago that our immigrants would come to America to be Americans. They weren't here to harm us. They were here to live as Americans. You know, they might be Polish or Irish or Italian or whatever, but they love being in America. But these people coming across our border now, we don't know where they're coming from, and we know that some of them mean harm to us. They're not coming to assimilate. They're coming to do damage and possibly take over if they can. And of course, Biden's got the red carpet out for them. So there we are. Yeah, I know, Michael. You're not wrong, my friend. You're not wrong. I have a different view than the prevailing view of Israel in America, needless to say, but I don't know if I want to get into that right now. What else is going on? I've talked about the weather. I've talked about immigration. I've talked about football. I've talked about food. I think I've covered it all. I got to hold my cat. Not for long, though. Anyway, where are you guys? Where are you talking to me from in the world? Are you all in America? Or are you scattered around the world? Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Anyway, Keith, your family dubs you as a Putin puppet. I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. I know I'm walking a fine line on YouTube. I can tell you this much. I know that, you know, you have to really be careful what you say on YouTube. If you don't believe that, ask Russell Brand. And that's why I use the Ireland. Michael, my favorite entertainer in the world comes from Ireland. Sir Van Morrison. That's my man. And he's from Belfast. I love me some Van Morrison. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, YouTube. You're so heavily edited or watched on YouTube. You just have to be careful what you say. You can't say words like Nazi. Every time I watch Alex Christoforou, he always spells it out. I use the flashcards. So we'll see what happens after Tuesday to the channel after the Duran appearance. But I'm going to try and migrate the shows to other formats as well. I'm not leaving YouTube voluntarily, but it's possible. I just got to notice that ads have been inserted. Hang in there, folks. I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can do about ads. But anyway, I'm going to try and migrate my content over to other channels such as Rumble. I'll stay on YouTube as long as I can, but I understand the possibility of getting demonetized is always there. I've already been flagged, I guess you would call it. I don't know. Um, the amount of money I make on YouTube is almost nothing, but whatever it is, uh, it's hard to explain. But you see your running totals, and sometimes it'll get up to say $50, and then the next day it'll be down to $40 because I guess the powers that be found something I said that they didn't like. So I guess they take money away from you. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, I'm planning on migrating to Rumble, so I'll be on at least 2 channels. I don't know what else. I've heard some about locals. I don't know anything about it. I know what it is. I'm not there. I'll tell you who I love to watch. I love the Duran. I love Michael. Michael. I was looking at Michael's name. I look at Alex Christoforou. I watch his channel a lot. I watch Dr. Paul. I read. I just had something in mind and I lost it. Oh, thank you. I don't know if you've ever heard of Mark Gruber. I highly recommend his channel. Mark Gruber has a channel called America's Untold Stories. It is fantastic. He'll take a story from American history, mostly American history, and he'll tell stories about the topic that you've never heard. I guarantee you, he is an expert on the JFK assassination. Absolutely, he will blow your mind with what he's uncovered about that. And I know everybody and his brother's got an opinion about that, but Gruber really he's done probably dozens of videos on that, and it's well worth your time. Well worth your time. Let's just say that Lyndon Johnson was an unsavory character. Let's just say that. And he was probably going to be dumped from the ticket and maybe even prosecuted for all of his crimes, but he wound up as president. So there you go. And he got the war that he wanted in Vietnam anyway. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. So until further notice, I'll be on YouTube. I'll stay here as long as I can, but I'm gonna try and get hooked up on Rumble and start migrating the content so that I'll have it in 2 different places. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming, man. I didn't think anybody would show up because I didn't announce this. I guess you got a notification. I'll have a new video up tomorrow, I promise. But you got 2 yesterday. I try and put one up every day, right? But it gets to be a little labor intensive, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. I enjoy it. This is what I want to do full time, right? I could dig that. So we shall see. I'm supposed to retire in 4 years, little over 4 years. I'm 62 years old. In the States, we reach full retirement age at 67. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. And by that time, maybe we'll have our channel going big time, Maybe we can have a channel with 4 or 5 million subscribers. I could dig that. Then I could have like a full-time staff and all that stuff, I'd have wardrobe and somebody to do my hair and all that jazz. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy it. I hope you tell all your friends and share this on your social medias. That would be wonderful. Do you guys like the live streams? Yes, no, maybe. No, we hate you. We hate it. You're vomiting because you hate it so much? Trying to ban Rumble in Ireland. I'm sure they are, Michael. I know in the UK they got after Rumble. They were trying to get Rumble to demonetize Russell Brand, and Rumble told them, go take a hike. It's unbelievable. The guy has been charged with nothing, but it doesn't matter anymore. If you leave the woke crowd, then they're coming after you. with both barrels. It's ridiculous. Russell Brand has been charged with nothing, absolutely nothing. It's just if you leave the woke crowd, they're coming for you. It's as simple as that. They don't need proof. They'll just shut you down if they can. Yeah, I like live. I like going live. Maybe once a week. What do you think? Maybe we could schedule it for 1 day per week. I don't know. Maybe a particular time, and we'll publish it so everybody will know when we're going to be live. And I'll actually have something to say. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anybody know any jokes? No, I'm only kidding. I don't know any jokes. None I can tell anyway. All right. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to shut it down because I don't really have anything else to say. But I really appreciate you all coming. We will do it again at some point. Let me think about it. And I don't know what a good time, I don't know what the best time to do a live stream is, because I know I got people like Michael who's in Ireland. What time is it there, Michael? It's got to be, 6 or 7 hours ahead of me, I would imagine. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. You came in just as I was leaving. But that's okay. So yeah, I know I can't. If I did a live stream at 6 p.m. my time, it'd probably be like 2 a.m. for guys like Michael. So I wouldn't want to do that to you. I've had people contact me from Japan, New Zealand. You wouldn't believe it, man. I get emails from people all over the world and comments from people all over the world. It just blows me away. I never expected this. Believe me, I never did. But here we are. So we're going to try and ride this horse and go as long as we can, I guess. I hate to leave now. Nancy just showed up. But anyway. Okay, anybody got any questions? Comments? Anything you want to say? Anything you want me to cover? I got some material for tomorrow. I hadn't got to it. I have to do some reading this evening, and I'll shoot a video maybe in the morning and get it up. I try and get them up by like lunchtime my time. I don't really have a set time, but I'll try and get them up around lunchtime. But I'll get one up tomorrow. I promise. May not be worth watching, but I'll get one up. I'm a rancher from Southern California. Thank you, Swelling. Thank you. You have my sympathies, brother. You're in California. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. I'm in, as you know, Alabama. We're still somewhat sane here in Alabama. I guarantee you we got cheaper gas than you. Actually, I gassed up this morning, and you know what I paid? $3.12. I could not believe it. And I rode by another station, and they had it for $3.02. I could not believe it. This is all in spite of the disaster in the White House. So go figure that. I have some loved ones Swelling in the Bay Area, up in Oakland, around Oakland, California. So that's pretty cool. They love it there. Well, they love some things about it. But anyway, I'm headed out, and I had a trip planned for Florida. I was really looking forward to it, but things took a nosedive at work. Long story, but I had to cancel my trip. But I'm taking another trip here in 2 weeks. I'm going to a place. Is it 2 weeks? I'm not sure.
You already told them about that.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to some cave somewhere. I'm not a splunker, but I do like caves. Those are pretty cool. How did I find Sam? Excellent question, Swelling. Thank you for asking me that. Have you tried Sam's, by the way? I highly recommend it. I'll tell you, when I do that ad at every video, and I'm telling you, I'm not playing with you guys. It is absolutely delicious. I was doing a few videos, and Sam emailed me. Sam is a really terrific guy who lives in Moscow, not Russia, Pennsylvania. And Sam emailed me and he said, "Hey, I like your channel and I'd like to send you some of my product." And I didn't know what his product was. And then he gave me his website and he told me, he said, I want to send you a little sampling of my meat, which he did. And he like overnighted it, FedExed it to me, and it came in a big cardboard box inside coolers with dry ice. And I said, "Wow, this is really cool." And I tried some of his meat. You're right, Swelling. If it had parents, I'll eat it. He knows I'm carnivore, and he sent me all this meat. And the first thing that I ate that he sent to me was his kielbasa. And I told him later, I said, "Buddy, I thought I'd had kielbasa sausage before. I never had. It was absolutely freaking delicious. I kid you not." Sam smokes his meat with cherry wood.
No,
No, it's cherry.
cherry.
Cherry wood. And it's just fantastic. And so, and then I tried his boneless ribs. I'm telling you, pencil neck, the boneless ribs it may be the best meat I've ever had, period, in my life. You could eat it with a spoon. It is so tender, absolutely delicious. And so Sam finally said, "Hey, I wouldn't mind doing a little advertising on your channel."
I wouldn't tell him to do that.
I'm not. And so I said, "Absolutely, I'll give you a shout out." And so I did, and it's been that way ever since. And that's where I order my meat. I order mine from Sam's, and you should too. If you'll try it one time, you'll come back and say, "Triple T, you weren't lying. It's delicious. It really is good." So yeah, give it a try. If you don't believe me, just give it a try. I think it's mostly he makes pork products mostly, but he also has beef hot dogs. I did a short yesterday on his. It's called, what does he call that bacon?
Kielbasa bacon.
No, not kielbasa. I had that today.
Buckboard.
Buckboard bacon. It is delicious. I had that for breakfast yesterday. Today I had some kielbasa bacon he makes. It was wonderful. And last night I had some of his boneless. No, last night I had beef hot dogs on my grill over here. Man, it was so good. So it was, yeah. Yeah, my Falcons played Swelling in London this morning, and they got trounced by the Jacksonville Jaguars. But my Bulldogs won yesterday, and my Braves have clinched home field advantage, so that's good. But anyway, yeah, that's the story of Sam's, and he's a stand up guy, and he's just a small businessman in Pennsylvania. He does his own stuff. And I love small businessmen, guys that are establishing companies and trying to grow them. If I can help them at all, I will. So it's really, really good. Yes, I was a Chipper Jones fan. He was terrific. Uh, Actually, I know somebody who knew Chipper Jones. I didn't know him, but I knew somebody who did know him. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? The only famous person that I know, other than maybe Alexander Christoforou, and I know him online now. You ever heard of the country singer Travis Tritt? Anybody ever heard of him? Travis Tritt and I used to go to church and summer camp together. And I'll tell you a funny story. Of course, he wouldn't know me now for anything. But yeah, I will, Michael. If I can think of it, I will. If they ask me, anyway. But one year at summer camp, we had a talent contest, and I said, "I'm going to get up there and I'm going to play a guitar and I'm going to sing like Elvis." This was back in like 78 or something. And Travis Tritt, I said, "You grab your guitar and you can back me up." So Travis Tritt was on stage with me playing guitar while I sang Hound Dog. So I've been meaning to try and let him know that I am the man who gave him his start in show business. Have I seen a penny of that money? No, not one. Yeah, in case you didn't hear before, I will be on the Duran channel Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's on YouTube. It's called the Duran, Duran. Let me type it in. The Duran. Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you're able to join us. All right, guys. That's all I got for you. So thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out. Like I said, I'll try and schedule some more live streams. Maybe we'll do it once a week or something like that. And I promise I'll let you know when it's going to be so you can all be here and you can alert the neighbors and friends and families and enemies and anybody else. Just don't tell anybody from the government. They'll shut us down. Okay, I'm going to take off. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Trailer Trash Tim. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with a new show. See you then.